Hello, welcome back to Pilates. This is an advanced postnatal workout. Please make sure you've checked out my 2 previous postnatal videos before you try this video. Let's start with our arms out by our sides. Roll your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, lift your arms up above your head. Release your right arm back behind you, left arm comes out in front and turn to face your right fingertips. Relax through your belly, focusing on your breath. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lift your arms up and we'll switch to the other side. Looking back behind you towards your left fingertips. Deep breath in, lift your arms up, bring your arms down. Hands can rest onto your knees. Let's start by arching through your upper back and look down, tucking your pelvis under. Then start to look up towards the ceiling, extending your tailbone back. Keep rocking here on the spot. Doing seated cat and cows, getting some mobility through your pelvis. And focus on your breath here. Nice deep inhales and exhales to start your class. Finding center now. Let's lie down on your back, finding your neutral pelvis position, feet are flat on your mat, hands are down by your side. As we start, there should be a small gap underneath your lower back, like you could place your hand behind you. Think about lifting up through your pelvic floor muscles slightly, engage your core, and then we'll start to lower our lower back down onto the mat, pressing your lower back into the mat, and then lift up your lower back to find that space. Imagine you have a blueberry behind your lower back and we're just squashing that blueberry down and then lifting back up. Keep going here, rocking through your pelvis. You should start to be feeling some warmth building in your deeper core muscles as we rock back and forth. Find neutral. Bring your feet a little closer together. Release your right knee out to the side, slowly releasing down, and then use your core and your glutes to lift the leg back through the center. Switch to the other side. Try to keep your core engaged to prevent any rocking through your pelvis. Notice if you're holding tension through your upper body. If you'd like to add on, start to lift your right leg into tabletop, release the leg out to the side from tabletop and return back in. Let's keep going on this side. Release the foot down, lift your left foot into tabletop. Continue releasing the leg out to the side and then back into the center. Two more. Bring your foot back through the center, release the feet down. Now, either staying with that variation of one foot up, or if you'd like to add on, lift both legs to tabletop and continue to release the leg out to the side, really focusing on that engagement through your core to prevent rocking. If you feel like this is too unstable, please come back to one foot on the floor. Draw your ribs down towards your hips. Moving slowly with control. Last one each side. and lifting the leg back through the center. Both feet come down to the ground. Finding your neutral pelvis position again. On your exhale, lift your right leg to tabletop, release back down and switch to the other side. Keeping a slight engagement through your core and your pelvic floor muscles. Staying here, or if you'd like to add on, lift one leg to tabletop and then the other. And now tap one foot down towards the floor and then switch sides. Keeping that core connection. If you'd like to add on, start to switch the legs a little bit faster now, tapping and lifting. And if you'd like to add on again, lift and float your head off the mat, finding an ab curl, making sure that space between your ribs and hips is staying the same distance. If you'd like to add on again for this last 10 seconds, see if you can straighten your legs and continue switching the legs here. This is our last 5. Don't forget to breathe. For this last 3, 2, and 1. Releasing down. Feet come onto the mat. Find your neutral position. Release any tension from your upper body. Making sure your feet are hip distance apart on your mat. Have your hands down by your side. Start to tuck your tailbone towards you, slowly lifting and peeling your hips off the mat, and then release down one vertebrae at a time. Notice if you're holding any tension through your upper body. Make sure there's a soft gap between your chin and your chest. Continue rolling up and down in your shoulder bridge. If you'd like to add on, let's lift and float your arms up as you lift your hips and then lower down at the same time. We can start to lift a little bit faster now, lifting up for 2 and down for 2. Next time you get to the top, let's add in a halfway pulse down and up and then release back down fully. Lift up, halfway pulse, and then down. We are here for another 15 seconds. Holding at the top in 3, 2, hold at the top and let's continue our pulse. Keep your pelvic floor slightly lifted, squeezing your glutes as we lift and lower. This is our last 5, last 2, and 1. Roll all the way back down. You might like to windscreen wipe your knees back and forth. Finding neutral, bring your hands next to your head so your fingertips are placed next to your ears. Start to tuck your chin towards your chest, lifting up one vertebrae at a time for an ab curl. Keeping that space between our ribs and hips the same distance. Think about your core doing the work here rather than crunching your chin into your chest. Try to keep your neck long throughout this exercise. On our next one, let's lift up and bring our right elbow towards our left knee. Center and then release. Lift, cross over, center, release. So adding in our obliques here now. Last 5. Last 2. And releasing back down, finding your neutral position. Let's take a breath. Inhale and exhale. We'll slowly roll onto our right side now. Bring your right arm long underneath you. Setting up for our clams, stack your knees, shoulders and hips. Push your top hip away from you slightly to make a little gap underneath your side waist. Glue your feet together and then start to lift the top knee up, release back down. Imagine you're up against a wall here and we're not rolling back with our hips or shoulders. If you have a dumbbell handy, you might like to add a dumbbell on top of your leg here, adding some extra resistance. Release the knee down now. Glue the feet and the knees together. Lift your feet up a little higher than hip distance. Open the knee up and then down. Check you're not rolling back with that top hip. Hopefully you're feeling a bit of warmth building in that top glute. Last 10 seconds before we move into taps. And last one, release the knees and the feet down. Lift the knee and the foot up at the same time. Internally rotate to tap your knees and then externally rotate to tap your toes. The rest of your body shouldn't be moving. Last 15 seconds. Last 3. And last 1. Release your foot and your knee down. We'll now push our knees away from us slightly. Lift your top knee and foot and start to glide the knee towards your front elbow and then release the knee back in line with your body. Keep a lift through your core. Think about bringing your ribs down towards your hips to stabilize the rest of your body in this position. If you'd like to add on, extend your leg long away from you, pointing your toes, and sweep your leg forward and back. You might like to point your toes as you come forward, flex as you come back. If you would like to make this harder, you can remove your hand from in front of you, focusing on your core strength to keep you balanced. Last 5, and then we'll hold our leg in line with our body for a pulse. In 3, 2, and 1. Holding your leg long now, pulsing up and down. Let's see if we can hold a pelvic floor lift for this last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing that leg down. Let's slowly come up now into a 4-point kneel. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. Moving into a push-up, your knees can stay underneath your hips as you release your chest down towards the floor and then lift back up. Elbows can stay wide. If this is enough for you, please stay here. If not, walk your hands out in front of you, sink your hips down and move into your push-up on your knees. Keeping your ribs down towards your hips. If it's in your practice, you're welcome to come up into your full push-up, lowering down and lifting up, keeping those ribs down. Imagine wearing a corset around your core, keeping your core engaged throughout this exercise. Keep your chest proud. Last 3, 2, and last 1. Release all the way down now onto your tummy. Extend your arms out long in front of you, legs along. Tuck your tailbone under as if you're pressing your pubic bone onto the mat. Roll your shoulders back and down. Start to lift your arms and chest off the floor and then release back down with control. Exhale as you lift. Inhale to release back down. Bend your elbows in to release your arms next to your body. Extend out and then down. Releasing down with as much control as you lift. We'll stay up in 5. Staying up now, tucking through your tailbone, let's continue to press our arms in and out. Neck is long, eye gaze is down towards your mat. This is our last 5. Last 2. And last 1. Releasing down. Cross your arms over to make a little pillow for your forehead. Bend your knees and lift your feet up. And then drop both of your feet over towards the right, lift them back up and then over towards the left, just releasing any tension through your lower back after that exercise. Deep breath in, let's come back through the center and we'll slowly come up. And coming onto your sit bones, feet are out in front of you. Shoulders are down, hands are out in front. Start to tuck your tailbone under and roll back, lifting back up 1 vertebrae at a time. Inhale to prepare, exhale to release back 1 vertebrae at a time. Making sure that the space between your ribs and your hips is staying the same distance. If you start to feel your belly is starting to pop up, just reduce that range of movement. If you'd like to add on, let's start to lift our arms up as we roll back, down, and then up, growing tall with your spine. If you'd like to add on again, you can start to lift and float 1 leg to tabletop. Just being mindful that if you're seeing any doming in your tummy, just reduce that range of movement or bring the foot back down onto the mat. Last one, either side. Let's hold back now. Elbows come out to the side. Start to tap 1 elbow to the side and then twist over. Making sure your hips are staying facing forward towards your knees. We're just twisting through our side waist. Last 10 seconds here. Keep breathing. Last 5, 2, and 1. Coming back up now. Folding forward, we'll bring our legs into a butterfly position, reaching your hands out in front. Soles of the feet are together, knees are out wide. Take a deep breath in. Coming back up, let's find a 4-point kneel position. Making sure your shoulders are rolled down, core is engaged. Start to lift and float your left arm up to shoulder height and then switching to the right. Noticing if you might be rocking through your core. Start to extend opposite arm to leg now, switching sides each time. Think about length here rather than height with that leg and arm. Next time your arm and leg is extended, start to bring them out to the side, return back through the center and then lower. Lift up, arm and leg come out to the side, keeping your core engaged to stay stable. Two more each side. Let's hold our arm and leg now, little pulses here to finish in that top range of movement. Check in with your core, making sure you haven't collapsed through your lower back. Switching to the other side in 3, 2, and 1. Release down, switching straight to the other side. Pulsing here. Last 3, 2, and 1. Releasing down now. Let's lie down on our side now, our left side, for our clams. Stack the shoulders, stack your hips. Push your top hip away, making a little gap underneath your side waist. Start to lift the top knee up and release back down with control. Imagine you're up against that brick wall, and you can also add on that dumbbell if you have it handy. Release the knee down now. Lift the feet up, gluing your feet together. Start to open up through your top knee and release down. Last 10 seconds here. Last 2. Last 1. Bring the knee and the feet down. Lift your knee and your foot up. Start to internally rotate to tap the knee and then tap the toe. Last 10 seconds. Last 2. And 1. Bring the knee and the foot down. Press your knees away from you slightly. Lift your top knee and foot up. Glide them forward towards your elbow and then release back in line with your body. If you'd like to add on, extend your top leg long, sweeping your leg forward and back. And if you'd like to add on again, release your hand from in front of you. Keeping your core engaged throughout this exercise. Let's hold for a pulse in 5. Holding in the center now, and let's start to pulse in that top range of movement. See if you can hold a pelvic floor lift for these last 5. Last 2. And 1. Releasing down. Release your hand. Let's roll onto our back now. Finishing off with our one leg stretch. Find your neutral pelvis position. Lift your left leg up and then start to extend your leg away from you like you're tapping a button on the wall in front of you. Switch to the other side. Either staying here, or if you'd like to add on, inhale and lift one leg to tabletop, lifting the second leg to tabletop, and start to extend the legs away like you're tapping that button on the wall. Keeping the rest of your body still, keep your ribs down towards your hips. Either staying here, or if you'd like to add on, start to lift and float your head off the mat and continue extending your legs away. Making sure you're still breathing here. Exhale to extend, inhale to return back in. If you'd like to add on again for your last challenge of the class, start to extend both legs away, making sure you're not seeing any doming in your core. If you'd like to add on again, start to lift your arms up behind you as you extend the arms away. Whew, I'm feeling it in my core. Last 5. And last one. Return the arms and feet in, lying down on your back. Let's turn over now, sitting up. Finding your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, tuck your toes and start to lift and hover the knees up off the mat, release back down. Imagine wrapping around your core as you lift the knees and lower. Let's add in a pelvic floor lift. As you lift the knees up, lift your pelvic floor, hold, and then release. Lift and hold, releasing down. Last 2. Last 1. Let's reach back now into a downward facing dog. You can press your feet further away. Start to lift your sit bones up towards the ceiling. You might like to pedal out your feet here. Bring your feet a little bit wider now and let's lower our knees down to the mat for a wide child's pose, sinking your hips towards your heels. Release your hands out in front of you. And just taking a moment to acknowledge how well you've done today. Taking a deep breath in. And exhale. Start to crawl your fingertips towards you now. We'll come up to sit on our sit bones for a glute stretch to finish. Bring your right ankle over your left thigh and then start to crawl your hips towards your ankle, deepening this stretch for your right side glute. Sitting up tall, shoulders are down away from your ears. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, let's switch to the other side, bringing your left ankle over your right thigh, walking the heel towards your glutes. Deep breath in. And exhale, releasing your feet down. Let's find one last breath here together. Crossing your legs in the center of your mat, finding your belly or your ribs, either closing down your eyes or softening your gaze. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Opening up your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you'd like more postpartum workouts, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.